Hello, Commanders. Are you ready for more Andromedon action? Yep. This time I am still using an Andromedon squad, but with a slightly different composition. The Andromedon is supported by... Actually, the Andromedon and the Grenadier are both the main units, which is supported by an Chrysalid and 3 officers. Because again, you kinda have to stack up the health in order to have any chance of winning in rank when everybody is spamming officers. You kind of have to join them, or else you have not enough health to survive anything. And right here, I test a little bit about the edge, and I have played in an extremely similar map before, where I start at the cemetery and my enemy is starting at the house over here. So I thought the enemy would be in the cemetery area, so I am facing that direction. And I should really remember that I should not be dashing my loud units. And right here, because I am expecting the enemy at the cemetery direction, and I'm getting the first turn, so it is impossible for them to grenade me on the first turn. So I feel safe each to move my Grenadier to the car. And I moved the Andromedon and the officer on top of the building because next turn I can move down to the radar stuff, the radar thingy for cover and have high ground advantage. Because I'm still expecting the enemy to be at the cemetery area. And right here, sometimes the game will lock your screen, sometimes it won't. I'm not exactly sure why it happened, and that's why I'm sorry for the spinning. Because at that time I have nothing else to do. My screen is locked. I cannot get more information from the map. And
they're flanking my position.
Yep. Turns out the enemy dashed and was managed to see my Grenadier. This is again a good thing that I start first, but then again, if I start second, I will not be dashing this far. And even I see his Grenadier. Some players will be grenading the Grenadier, but I think it is an extremely bad idea at this point because right here any of the cover is destructible or explosive. If I decided to grenade his Grenadier, not only that I cannot actually do any follow-up shots on the Grenadier, I'm also exposed my Grenadier for no real reason. And that's why I decided to move back the Grenadier and get in the other units into position in overwatching. Because of this, because of the wooden fence, my officer is and Chrysalid is well hidden behind the wooden fence. Unless he has a phantom somewhere in range, he will not be able to see them. So if he decided to move up, he will be getting, or she, or whatever, will be getting shot by the Overwatch. And yeah, again, I should really remember to not dash my loud units to give enemy free information. Like at this point, the enemy already know I have an Andromedon, a Chrysalid, and a Grenadier. So he basically know all of my squad. And all I can hear from the fog of war on turn 1 is an exosuit, which turns out to be a grenadier. And the enemy, if he did pay attention to the sound, he would have known my entire squad, which is pretty bad for me. Okay, so he moved up his officer, and I believe he only see my officer, one of my officer. Yeah, he could use his resources to try and kill him, which is nice for me, and here I get a lucky hit on the Overwatch. And this is how the ambushing works in my flavor. Yeah, maybe he think he can do something or see more with his guys, so he can grenade and kill someone, but then he can only see my officer, so of course he doesn't use any of his other units. So instead he just overwatches. And here, because my grenade is far enough to destroy his cover, so I mark before I grenade to make everyone else have a better shot. And here I use the pretty unimportant units to run the Overwatch. Even if the Overwatch hits, I won't be in too much trouble. And sadly, this officer cannot see the grenadier over here. I should have checked the sign before I do this, but it is okay. And right here I use another officer again to run the Overwatch. I will not feel bad if it do hit. And of course she survived with 1 health, but then again, I have a chrysalid. And I obviously I would take an 85% chance to make an egg, but then the chrysalid bugged out. Yeah, it may be caused by burning, but I'm not sure if they did anything different with multiplayer chrysalid, but in single player the chrysalid run over fire and hit my guy no problem. So I expect this to work instead. I expect the chrysalid to burn after he do the attack, but then again, it didn't work in my favor. The chrysalid just bugged out. And I could use the exit for a guaranteed kill, but I would have to take 90% because I have very limited resources, and I already see he's another grenadier, and now the chrysalid is just, yeah, I'm not sure what the hell is happening with the chrysalid, and turns out the chrysalid is irrelevant with this match. The chrysalid basically did nothing, I think. Yeah, I think the chrysalid did nothing except running around, burning itself, failing to make an egg. Yeah, it could be intended, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is, in single player they run over fire and hit my guys no problem, so I expect the chrysalid to burn after it make an egg. But whatever, it is what it is. Because again, there's still a lot of bugs even in single player, so do not expect any multiplayer fix too soon. And the connection is still the problem. I still have to fast forward the enemy turn if I do not want And now this makes sense. He stay in high cover and rocket my two officers cover while blowing up the car. So if I have anything staying beside the car, I will also get hit. But um, I, I I know to stay away from the car, so this rocket only destroy the cover. So he used the officer to kill one of my officer, and then he, I think it's a he. I will just use a he. Okay, he used the sniper to kill my another officer. So now at this point, I know his entire squad, but he knew my entire squad a turn or two before. So this is why you should not dash your loud units. And the most I could do is move up the officer and see if I can see anything more, which I don't. I already know where his another grenadier is, and I expect him to be rocket and then overwatching. And I also know that he has a sniper. So what I'm doing is I try to not let him see any of my guys. So I hide behind the wooden fence, and I decided not to use acid bomb again because I want to hit his main units. Instead of hitting his officer. The best case scenario, I can kill his officer without using my. Yeah, of course it's on cooldown, but it is extremely likely that I use the acid bomb and then the full engagement breaks out and I do not have the acid bomb to do anything. And right here again, I try to stay out of his line of sight. If I circle in front of the tree and the building, I would have been seen. So he would know my grenadier is behind the left hand side, and by moving in a L shape inside the house, he have no idea unless he managed to notice the windows breaking, which could mean I am inside the house. Also means I'm inside the house instead of sneaking the grenadier around. And this is what breaking line of sight works in my favor in this game, because I'm not giving my opponent any information unless I have no choice or I wanted to. He have no real idea where I am, and he already know my Andromedon is on the right hand side, and he only managed to see my grenadier on the first turn, so he will have no idea where my grenadier is unless he is really paying attention to the details. And right here my plan works. He just run into the left hand side thinking that my attacks will come from the right hand side. But then now I have a grenadier over here, which I can grenade and then grenade or grenade and then shoot, which is very nice. The only thing I need to do right now is find his grenadier and try to kill it. I have 3 units. I can grenade and then shoot 3 times, which is likely to kill it. And my officer is behind indestructible cover, so it is very okay. And right here, it doesn't really matter if it dodge. The only thing matter is if it hits, because you bring him down to 1-shot range anyway. If the Andromedon will hit. And here I think he didn't expect to not have line of sight of my Andromedon with her snipers, with the sniper, so he decided to mark instead of shooting. What would have been a better choice is grenade and then see if the sniper can see. If the sniper can see, you can mark and then use the dead eye. But of course, at this point, I did not know if this was a gunslinger or a sharpshooter. But at his position, he could have grenade and then see if the sniper can see to decide shoot or mark. Right here, he basically wastes one of the sword by using it on marking, and simply grenading my Dromedon is not doing too much to him. And right here, I tried to grenade all three of them, and after a lot of testing, I finally managed to get a good enough grenade to hit all of them, which destroyed the Grenadier's armor and shredding her. And right here I decided to mark and shoot because I really need the Dromedon to hit, because turns out I cannot see his Grenadier with my Grenadier, so I really need the Dromedon to hit. And my Chrysalid again is still being useless. So yeah, it doesn't really matter if it bugged out or not, I guess. Just count it as a miss, I think. So because he has a sniper, so I would like to move up, even though I do not get any close range bonus. And again, I only need the Dromedon to hit, because I have another grenade to finish off the Grenadier. So yeah, I am very yeah, but then again, actually the Grenadier is having the explosive resistance. Turns out if my Dromedon didn't crit, it is possible that my grenade would not kill the Grenadier, which I would have been in an extremely bad position. He could have killed my but I guess I would still be in an okay thingy. He could have grenade and yeah, but the normal grenade would not destroy the tree. He already used her rocket and plasma. So if by the off chance her Grenadier do survive, I would still be in an okay shape. Her sniper is unlikely to kill any of my guys unless she get a dead eye crit, which is extremely unlikely in high cover, but unlikely, not impossible. But good thing that I managed to actually kill her Grenadier, so at this point I already win the match. I guess the match would be a lot longer if the Grenadier survives, but I don't think I will lose, because even if the Deadeye one-shot my Dromedon, my shell can walk over the covers, and my officer and Grenadier can still kill them. And here's it doesn't really matter, even though if he tells me he used the kill zone or not, because all of my units except the Chrysalid, which is useless, can survive a hit, and after the kill zone she will not have any ammo, which basically neutralize her threat to me. And I still have a rocket, and at this map there is no, maybe the car that already explode But if he stay in the car, she, the sniper is likely to be flanked. And yeah, if the after the kill zone, if the kill zone should basically will use up all her ammo, the sniper's ammo, and I will not be in a bad position. I can just walk it and then shoot her, even if she do kill the Andromedon. And I don't think she can one shot my Grenadier with 2 armor. Yeah, I think even with the Dead Eye crit, it is not possible. Yeah, so if he managed to use all her ammo, she cannot win anyway. She used one ammo to kill my officer. So that's the game. I think this match really shows how important hiding and breaking your line of sight can works in your favor. If the enemy knows where my units are exactly, they can position themselves in a lot better way instead of running into my trap. Yep, and thanks for watching, and I hope the RNGesus be with you. And now we are just waiting for the victory screen. And he added me as a friend too, which is nice of him. I like to play with good players. So that's it. Thanks for watching again, and goodbye.